This is a really special Real Mom Car Tour because I'm at the Chicago Auto Show with my friend Rhonda from Ford, and we are standing in front of 2024 Mustang Mach-E, and this is a special one. It's the bronze edition. So Rhonda, tell us why it's special.
So, we know Mustang owners love to be unique. We know that they want to express their creativity, and this is just one way that we do it. It's got this gorgeous green color, and it's got this bronze package on the wheels here, and it's also on the front grille. And so it's really a unique color. We see this also on our Bronco, which is one of our enthusiast vehicles. And so we know people are just excited to drive it, and it looks good on the road. This is my daily driver. I don't have this one in the bronze package, but I do have the Mach-E.
You're an electric girly.
I am.
I want to talk to you about why electric can be good for why the Mach-E can be good for families.
So I will tell you, my boys are 10 and 18, and they are tall. The 18-year-old is 6'1", and he and I both fit on this side of the car.
Oh.
And he doesn't have any issues with the knee room or headroom, and I'll tell you why. You can see here the roof line is kind of an optical illusion. It gives you this sleek aerodynamic line here with the color, but the roof line is higher, and so
so you have more headroom.
You can have more headroom here and also ample knee space in the back seat.
Oh, let me look at that up close.
And so you can see you've got, almost a full hand's width.
And this is even really indented just to give us that extra. There's lots of headroom.
And there's charge ports back there too. One thing we didn't want to sacrifice, kind of some of the luxuries of the SUV, being able to fold the seats down flat and have storage room and things like if I need to go to the garden shop in the spring.
Yeah.
And so I can still do that, no problem.
Oh, it goes flat? There you go.
So you can see it's just an easy one button push here at the top.
So this is versatile.
The cars are kind of coded. They have like a secret message here. So you can see it's the Mach-E, and it's 4 for all-wheel drive, and then it's got the X for extended range battery. It gets a little over 300 miles on a full charge.
That's not bad.
No, I mean, I spend most of my time, running to school, running to the grocery.
Around town driving.
Right, taking the kids to sports, and so probably maybe every 10 days or so, I charge up. If we need to go on a longer road trip, we can kind of get there easily. We think it through to make sure that we know where some of the faster charging ports are.
Your screen will map out your road trip, won't it, and show you where to charge along the way.
That's right. Through the Ford navigation system, it will tell you where the chargers are, and it starts to learn your preferences too. So you can say, well, I don't need to just charge. I also need a rest stop with food and a bathroom. And so then it will say, it can take those things into account for you. You can stream different television, and you can have a doodle pad, like to do some sketching.
I've seen the doodle pad.
Yeah. So
tic-tac-toe at carpool.
The charging is pretty quick. You can get up to about 80% full battery charge on a fast charger in about 45 minutes. Okay. And so, you're not going to make it through a full show, but you can be entertained or listen to the radio, Sirius XM, whatever you prefer.
You're the first person that's ever mentioned onboard entertainment while charging. Most people will say, go in and get your cup of coffee or whatever.
Yeah, I
don't drink coffee, but I would catch up on my Netflix or whatever the thing is.
Yeah. And for you, you could put snacks and sodas in the frunk.
The frunk. Can we show the frunk?
Sure. And so you just lift it up.
Huh. Look at that.
And so the best part too is that there's drains here in the corners.
It's insulated.
It's insulated. So you could put ice here if you wanted to, bring some refreshments. You go to the beach, you want to, have a nice cold soda or something when you're done. And then it just drains out. But the other thing is that my kids play sports, and sometimes it's real messy. And so I throw their dirty cleats
that's genius.
in here, and then you rinse it out.
And then you rinse it out.
In the springtime, when I went to the garden shop and I got some flowers, I put them in there, rinsed it out.
So the batteries are underneath.
Correct. It runs almost like a skateboard underneath the car. And we did that. It's purposefully built. So we didn't just stick a battery in a previously existing vehicle, which, we had done in the past, and it's kind of what would limit your trunk space.
Yeah.
People will be like, oh, you know, I've got a battery electric car, but I lost all my trunk space. This, you don't sacrifice on trunk space. The utility of the vehicle that people want and crave, especially like us moms.
Yeah.
We need to get stuff done.
I need it to be functional and fashionable.
Yes.
Those are my two things. This is the bronze you were talking about.
It is. I think it's gorgeous. And it's got the illuminated pony here on the front too, so that it's undeniably a Mustang. When my son first saw it at launch, he was like, oh, is that a Mustang? I said, yeah. And I was like, it's electric. He said, well, is it fast? And I said, yeah, 0 to 60 in just under 4 seconds. And so he, it's truly a Mustang at heart.
So there's drive modes, and mine would be unbridled.
It wants to get up and go for you.
It is. So what is it? It's unbridled, which is the fastest. You're going to have the least amount of range, but the most horsepower, like instant power.
That's right. But even in whisper mode, like you still want to go, and it's, that's kind of the best mode if you've got weather. And so I live where there's rain and snow, and so
down the rotation.
It's just a little bit fast. Perfect.
We want to look inside?
Sure.
Let's do it. I love how you do this. So the very first time I saw a Mach-E, and I went around and counted the ponies. And I don't remember what I got to. It could have been 13. There's a lot of ponies. Did you know this? Hidden ponies.
Hidden little Easter eggs for you.
Yeah, there are. Okay, we're in the front seat of the Mach-E.
I think the first thing that we love to see is this big glass roof, right?
I love the fixed glass roof. And I do know, I did my homework. I do know that has like a UV protectant, so it's not going to bake you in North Carolina or wherever you are.
That's correct.
State in the sun.
And it also helps to keep you warmer in cold climates. And so it's kind of dual purpose. So we have a wireless charging pad here. It's got space enough for 2 phones.
Does that mean you could charge 2 or just one? Your partner just sits here,
Right.
doesn't slip, and then this one charges?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then cup holders here.
Do you know what you call these, this style?
I don't.
They're called the happy couple cup holders. Because when they're up and back, nobody knows which drink is theirs, but this is clearly mine, and that's clearly yours.
While it's all electric and it is kind of the future of Ford vehicles, it still feels like a Ford. It's not so foreign to you that you don't know which one is the turn signal.
Right. We still have door handles.
Right, you have normal, in and out locks. There are some buttons here,
Yeah, a
we've
real
got a
gear
nice
shifter. I mean,
that's exactly right.
it's still the comforts of home, but your climate is all here.
That's
And
correct.
your heated and ventilated seats, you punch here.
Correct.
And then is this
And
your volume?
heated steering wheel, which is really lovely. In addition to the big battery that runs along the bottom of the vehicle, there is a traditional smaller battery that runs some of your auxiliary power. So like heated seats, heated steering wheel. And so what that does is helps you stay warm without draining the
your
battery.
range.
Right, exactly.
Which is good because range anxiety is real. For people who haven't adopted to EVs yet, they wonder, they freak out. You hear all the things. And if you don't do your research, you don't drive them, you don't know.
No, right. I think the number one thing to keep in mind is like, even if you had not the extended range battery and you were at like 240 miles on a full charge, up to 300, that's a lot of miles when the average commute is around 40 miles at most for the average individual.
At most.
Every once in a while, you're going to take a long car ride and you need to think through it. But in the same way that you would want to think through, like, where's the gas station? There's a ton of fast chargers. And then we recently announced a partnership with Tesla charging as well, which is a little bit of a game changer because now it's increased the number of charging opportunities for our customers. We're going to be giving complimentary charge adapters to our current EV owners.
I did an EV road trip in Raleigh, North Carolina. I went from Raleigh to Wilmington, and I got to a place and I couldn't find a charger because sometimes there's people in front of you and I don't have a lot of patience. And so somebody came up to me and said, there's a Tesla charge over there. And I said, this is not a Tesla. And they didn't know. Like again, what you don't know, you don't know. And everybody kept, I had 3 people tell me to go down the street to the Tesla station. I didn't have an adapter piece.
Right. No, they didn't exist yet.
They didn't exist. And it was really eye-opening because people assume you charge one place, you charge every place. It will be that way.
Soon enough.
We're going to be there. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
What's your favorite thing about this car?
It is fast and fun, but also it can handle the weather for me and the kids. Like when I'm in the passenger seat, I love being in the driver's seat. Don't get me wrong.
Of course, yeah. I drive my car.
But when we are on a road trip, like it's not having to sacrifice technology. It's not having to sacrifice kind of any of the fun. And this thing is cool. Like when I show up, my friends are like, "Oh my gosh, look at that car!" Right? Like there's something really special about driving a Ford and driving a Mustang, and this one, you know, checks all the boxes.
So if somebody likes the Bronze X extended,
yep, extended range.
When will they be able to order or get this?
This is available now. It's a special package. It's on the current GT model, and that's our fastest and most fun.
That's what I'll be. Can I get that as a press car? Thank you so much for watching our video. Thanks to Rhonda with Ford.
Thank you guys.
For more fun and family car reviews, follow Real Mom Car Tours.